Let's go. I am. Yes, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this live stream, we show you how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. And we used to say on the intros of our videos, we used to say, what's going on, guys, gals, aliens, and degenerate crypto enthusiasts? And now we can confidently say aliens, because guess what? Oh, the whole government might be controlled by lizard overlords that are wearing skin suits. Oh my gosh, my friends. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole today, but oh my gosh, we got some juicy news. We got all of the things about Jane Street coming out that they basically have caused every crash and every bear market that we've experienced over the past 4 years. And so that's big news. And so they're connected with BlackRock. They're basically BlackRock's market maker. They were in possible connections with depeg in the USDE. They depegged Terra Luna stablecoin. They just know how to depeg. So, but we're not going to get too deep into that because you can go down your own rabbit hole yourself. There's plenty of articles, threads, and accounts that you can follow. And I'm sure your timeline has been blasted with it already. But basically, you know, we just want to remind you guys that all the world is a stage. And if you know about Rush, you didn't already know about that. All you Rush fans out there. But yeah, the world is being played like a stage, and we are being played like a movie. So the world is a stage, and they are playing us like a movie. And I want to give a shout out to Psyops Anime for providing such amazing AI content. If you want to know who has the best AI content out right now, it is Psyops Anime. Out of all the AI crap that I've seen and the slop and all the things that have been hitting the timeline, if you can tell that it's used AI, it kind of sucks. But then when you watch an Psyops Anime video, it's very short, but it catches your attention. It catches the actual sentiment and the what is actually happening in our culture right now. So I was like, damn, okay, so Psyops Anime is kind of for me, might be one of my top picks for going into this particular bull market. You know, because we're coming to the tail end of the bear market. We don't know where Bitcoin's bottom is, but, you know, we have been calling prices. So if you watched the live stream yesterday, thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate all the support and all the likes and stuff. And I do appreciate all the replay value. If you didn't catch the live stream, you're able to catch it, you know, at least after or on the day, because this news and this stuff that I cover and a lot of the technical analysis that I've been doing has been pretty spot on. So if you want to be front running the market and kind of getting a little bit of a quote technical analysis crystal ball from the people that watch these charts every single day, then you want to tune into this channel. You want to hit the notifications on. And so here's an example of how we predicted this recent move by looking at the market from a top-down analysis technical view of using one indicator in one time frame, the 4-hour chart and the order block. There we go. So that's it. So this was yesterday. Let's do that. Then I would have, and the Jesus's promise is that he figured it out and died and did it for us so we can have eternal life and don't have to. He did it for us. So they want you to forget about that. They want you to forget about that ultimate message that I just told you right there. Don't smash up that like button, guys. Remember, 10 likes in the first 5 minutes. Never forget it. All right, so BTC analysis before we end the live stream is that I think this is a suckers rally. There's gonna be resistance at this order block at 69,70,000. And just only if we can turn this into a Wyckoff accumulation, then we would be pushing into 76. If we push into 76, I would then, okay, my bearish 50K scenario might be getting invalidated pretty hard. Okay, so I'll just tell you that. So bullish case is we hold and we break through this order block and we don't get smashed. If we get smashed on the order block, that's it. It's 50K. I mean, 50s, we're going in the 50s. It's over. Zero. Going to zero. So it's pretty dead on. Pretty dead on. So we hit the order block. It looks like it's going to be a longer, drawn out, descending triangle. And if it's descending, that means like that's not good. I mean, it could be potentially forming a bear flag. So if it forms a bear flag, and does the same thing that it just did before, it's going to pinch in the clinch, baby. And then here we go, 50K. I love saying that. Pinch in the clinch. That's probably like one of my favorite things to say now on the live stream when I'm talking about prices, because that's a lot of the times what happens is you get this buildup. You get almost like a rubber band. Sometimes it can pop, and then you don't know where exactly the rubber band's going to fly off to. Is it going to fly off into the next resistance area, or is it going to go down into support? You know, so recently, because we still are in a downtrend, I think we're still unraveling all this Jane Street manipulation, insiders, Zach XBT. Here's a big one. So we'll go to the big news here. So here's some news. We have Zach XBT was going to be breaking a investigation today. And what was so crazy is that we were just talking about it yesterday, and it was a 93% chance that it was going to be Gemini that was under investigation. Because all this, CFOs were leaving the company, the earnings were terrible, but that wasn't really why that all of this was happening, because now it turns out the poly market completely skewed and it went the complete other direction, because you can see at a point it was Gemini. Gemini was actually at a pretty high point, and then it ended up being Meteora was like in question, and then it ended up completely skewing 100% boom to Axiom. And then to top it off, the person who was in under investigation knew that they were the insider and then made money on the poly market last minute and put it on 100% on his own poly market investigation to then win again. I was like, that's crazy. But that's crypto. That's the money game. That's the thing. It's like you can literally make money on all 360 sides of even an investigation into yourself. It's like, wow, it's pretty crazy. So I wonder how much, so that's the PSYOP. It's the PSYOP within the PSYOP, the insiders inside of the insiders getting inside of everyone. Is it too early for that? No, it's just the right time. But geez, gosh, that's what's happening in crypto. And you wonder why people are like, think crypto's so sleazy. It's just like, well, it's no different in the big money games that are being played on the institutional level. It's no different. It's just like, that's how do you think, most of our capitalist society is ran, is basically by like lobbyist competition, but then some of it's fabricated competition, because it's like, a lot of this is being paid for played, and yeah, so it's a game. It's a game. But there's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now. So yeah, that was a big news. So that broke. I'm not going to go into the whole investigation. You can do that yourself. Like, I don't want to waste your guys' time. But I do like the fact that we did call the Bitcoin price. That was great. So yeah, Jane Street co-founder Rob Greiner steps into spotlight amid firm's record profits and lawsuits. So this is interesting. So Jane Street's founder accidentally wired $7 million for AK-47 Stinger missiles and RPGs to overthrow the South Sudan government. What? So yeah, it's this guy. So we've been seeing this guy, and why is it that these people, they have these character arcs like Batman villains? Like, why do they always look like cartoon characters? They look like Batman villains, like straight out of a movie. These people always look the part. It's crazy. You got the skinny, smart, very well-dressed, like crazy psychopath person. Then you have the kind of overweight, kind of goblin-y looking kind of dude that's just kind of in the business with all the just everything in the mafia, the mob. They all have these character arcs that they play out, and it's so crazy. That's why it's like, if you want to believe we're in a simulation, you might not be far off, because it's just all of this stuff is just, jeez. So yeah, you start seeing this guy around. He's connected with Jane Street. Jane Street's connection with BlackRock as being their market maker, but then also there's an investigation into Jane Street for causing the actual Terra Luna crash, connected with FTX. And this is where I start to have the theory that, what if Sam Bankman-Fried is really the one that shouldn't be in jail, and everyone made him and Caroline and their what was their firm? What was the Alameda Research? So that, like, they made them out to be the devil, just like the worst people in the world. But then you think about it, what if? Just what if? Because you don't hear about Sam Bankman-Fried's parents. They're not in jail. You don't hear all the executives and the people that were involved with FTX. They got scot-free. They got to go. But Sam Bankman gets to sit in jail with Diddy and Baby Oil. This is bullshit. I think it's a massive freaking psyop. And Sam, poor Sam, was actually right and probably got psyoped himself by the Democrats. And they used him as the fall guy. While they all got to run off with the money, CZ is the, quote, champion of the market. And oh, you revealed Sam Bankman, but really, is CZ up for question as well? He just got to do 6 months and then did pay for play and got pardoned by the president, and Sam Bankman gets to rot in jail. Do you see the problem here? I think there's a massive problem, and I smell bullshit on it all. And I think, if anything, it's like, it's perfectly set up for you to think that way. And that's how they do it. That's how the media, that's how the mainstream does it. It's a narrative. And if they can hook you. So I'm not buying it. I think CZ walking around with his little smug little face, his little smug ass face, all around World Liberty Financial, getting pardoned by the president and being like, oh, tried to build. We just tried to build, and we build all the thing. And, I didn't do anything wrong. I think I served enough time and did enough push-ups. And, and dude, he got such a cush settlement. And it's like, $4 billion. Dude, the dude's worth like an asset billion of like $60 billion or more. That's like, even just like, having to pay up $4 billion is nothing. And that was just pay for play for the DOJ and for the World Liberty Financial to have an investment in the USD1, the stable coin, so they can freaking have their protocol for liberty. But it's not very much free or liberty when they can literally just lock your entire investments if you invested in the actual token itself, and they can lock the USD1. That's not crypto. It's called an insider scam. It's called pay for play. So I think it's all bullshit. I'm not buying it. Sam Bankman probably is actually the one that was right. And CZ is part of a whole pay for play. And I think it's crap. I don't like Binance. They're slimy. And yeah, that's how I feel. I think it's all a massive psyop. And to mention psyop, let's play the psyop anime video. Shout out to psyop anime. And real quick, before we play the PSYOP anime video, we're going to go, we'll look at the PSYOP anime videos, we'll play a few, then we'll look at the token. But first, I think I'll know I made it when I call out Nikita Bear, and he screen records my entire feed and posts it to give me more engagement, because and then it's like he's literally going to screenshot record all of my ticker Bitcoin posts. And just all the Sprotos, and just like, I can't wait till he does it. I'm trying to get him. So if you want to really we want to get a boost in the ticker Bitcoin community, we got to get Nikita Bear to screen record and shuffle through my entire feed. He wouldn't dare. I dare you, Nikita. I dare you to screen record my feed. You don't want me to become too powerful. You don't want me to become too powerful. Don't tempt me, Frodo. I would use the ring for the desire to do good. But through me, it would wield a power greater than anyone could ever imagine. Ah, man. I don't know if I think we've had just enough coffee, my friends. Or maybe not enough. But yeah, time to flip the script, time to use your brain, and time to be like, damn, Sam Bankman got mogged. Sam Bankman got mogged. And look, and think of how like crazy BitBoy was being about everything, and he was going crazy about everything. And then look how wrong he actually probably was, and also had been with this lawsuit and thing with Kevin O'Leary. He was putting Kevin O'Leary on blast, and then when you actually go into the to what he was actually doing, was just like hashing up old news that was already settled, and then kind of made Kevin O'Leary's life like very difficult, and then was just like calling him a murderer. So then he's had to pay now $2 million to Kevin O'Leary in a defamation lawsuit. So he was wrong about that. And then I think he was using Sam Bankman-Fried being in the Bahamas for like clout chasing and saying like, oh, I'll save the crypto industry, all the while not even going into what CZ and Binance was allegedly possibly doing with funding terrorist organizations and stuff like that, and wash trading, you know, basically holding all of our, you know, crypto coins and altcoins hostage. Yeah. I don't know. Let's play some Psyop anime videos. You tell me. I'd like to know your thoughts. Let's get this chat pumping. Remember, I told you guys, if we're not 10 likes in 10 minutes, YouTube says I suck. That's it. That's how it works. If I don't get 10 likes in the next 10 minutes, it's funny. I played in a cover band with someone, and they go, 2 drinks in the next 2 minutes. So I gotta say 10 likes in the next 10 minutes. Get the algo going. Come on, 10 likes. Let's go. 10 likes in the next 10 minutes. We have more fun. It sends us more people. We give more, we squeeze more juice out of the orange for you, and we have a good time, because this is about having a good time. We're going to have a good time here. Even though there's all this crazy stuff happening, we have to have a good sense of humor. We have to still be able to laugh and have a good time. That's also what the memes are all about. You know, that's kind of what I've built my crypto, you know, thesis on, is that even though we can take ourselves so seriously, at the end of the day, you know, we're investing in dogs and frogs mostly, and a lot of it's vaporware. So why not invest in something that's literally hilarious and fun and can change the world? And I think that's what meme coins are all about. If you really go to the heart of it, that's what it's all about. What this is about. You can change your life by literally buying a dog, a frog, or maybe even all of it combined into one, an amalgamation of Harry Potter, Obama-san, Latininu, based on a prolific, elusive, mysterious backpack that no one has ever been able to track down. You tell me. Like these videos are so good. I love the one with Michael Saylor and CZ. That one's we gotta go through and find that one real quick. That one's probably one of the best ones. It's this one right here. This one's so good. Start from the beginning. I love it. Gotta watch it again. Is this the one with the Pepe warriors? Yeah, the Pepe soldiers. It's so good. In the trench. It's so good. Yeah, so what is going to end up happening is this studio is going to get massive funding. I feel like this particular account. So this account was already making content and AI content, anime AI content, and then they submitted into what was the Grok contest, like creator contest. And I don't know, did they win? I'm not sure. Yeah, so the first official Psyop anime Grok contest to enter quote reply. Okay, so they have their own contest going, and I'm curious if they actually, because I don't think they won the contest. I think they got close, like it was, they almost won, but I don't think they actually won. But what I see happening here is that they will eventually, release a fully fledged like movie. And it'll probably be somewhat free. Maybe you can donate. It'll be however they're going to operate in their terms of their model of how they're going to, generate some revenue with this thing. They have a token. Okay, so they do have a token. It was a pump fund contract, and this is one of the calls that Ragsy had like early on, and I was also just kind of like, I saw her calling it. I started following it. Then I started following the account. Then there was some connections with, I believe, Elon. I think Elon either liked it, possibly reposted one of the videos, and that was how this started to unravel over the next few months. And so we'll go into the actual chart now. We'll go to the chart. Let me pull up the chart. Now, this thing's kind of been all over the place. We will type in Psyop anime. And this is usually a good rule of thumb. You pick the one that has the most liquidity, pick the one that has getting possibly the most transaction volume. Now, when you're looking at something like this, the initial pump was pretty violent, and then it tried to reclaim and it went down. It hasn't been able to make a new high at all from this first pump, okay? Usually that's not a good sign. But this all kind of correlates, though, in terms of when it was launched, how it was launched, the sentiment of what was happening in terms of the overall market. Whenever you have projects that are even under 20 mil, these are mostly going to get sold first. So like people are going to hold their conviction bags, and they're going to be less likely to, like for me, like I'm like way less likely to sell ticker Bitcoin over everything. Like I'll exit out of everything else before I exit out of ticker Bitcoin, because I retain that. But that's how I operate. But some people, they will just like they have like the bottom of the barrel in their portfolio, and they'll end up liquidating those things first. That's why you see projects that are like, they just get nuked, because they're going to be less likely held by like diamond handers, and there's going to be more sellers than the diamond handers, and that's just like the honest truth. It happens. But all that to say, that all could be obliterated by, like I said, Psyop Anime announcing, hey, we just got a massive partnership, we're doing this movie, we got recognized by blah 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 blah, just whatever it may be, to quote, push the catalyst for the price. Then buying at these levels, you're just kind of DCAing, because I just kind of bought $20 here, $50 $50 here. So I've lost money, I've for sure, I haven't made any money on this, because I wasn't buying it at like 400 K or 700K market cap. Like I bought it when it was like at 10 or 8 or whatever. So, but I think because for the fact that I think it's a cool project, I like the name. I think what they're doing with AI is cool. Totally like gets a lot of interaction, engagement. And when I see the videos, I like them. I'm like, oh, this is super cool. So this would just have to be one of those kind of long-term conviction plays, and just kind of see if it can break that previous initial pump. A lot of the times for projects, it's hard to just even break that initial pump, and it just has to go through this this phase. So that's how the chart looks, but I like the narrative. So it's like right now, if you like the narrative, if you think that this is something that could last over time, then this is how you're just adding this. So for Solana, so let's like, okay, right, I like Solana. I still think Solana has a chance. And then I would have like Zeus, the Zeus protocol, ZBTC protocol deal with Solana. I like Orca, the DEXs, the DEX tokens, the OG ones, even some Bonk, just like this old, the traditional stuff inside of Solana. But then you add in this narrative that's very strong. People love anime. They love the short content, but then they also like inside of this whole narrative could be a huge, it could generate revenue. It really could. If they do it right, they can generate revenue, buy the contract, and then invest inside of making really cool stuff, have shirts, like have the whole Psyop anime brand be a thing, And that's how something becomes more, instead of it being a flash in the pan, becomes something that lasts in the mind share, and people, normie people, all of a sudden start, oh yeah, I saw that Psyop anime thing, that's pretty cool. And then bang, dang, and then you got it. Retail starts noticing and know what Psyop anime is, then we're getting somewhere. And that's like our hope, right? We want to break through. And like, I think that's what's going to happen with Sprotos, because think about Beeple. I have this thesis with Beeple. Beeple with Sprotos. It's his favorite. It's his, Ticker Bitcoin and Sprotos is his favorite medium, art, and project and thing in crypto. And Pepe is his second favorite. So like, I think his favorite is Ticker Bitcoin, and Sprotos, and then his second favorite is Pepe. Here's an example. He's got a Sproto on the wall in the jail cell with Maduro, Diddy, and Sam Bankman. All three of those are Fall Guys for the major plot. You think this system works, that the people that are in jail are actually the ones that are supposed to be in jail, and then everyone else is out scot-free? Come on. That's what I figured out. I'm like, oh, damn it, that's what it is. People that are actually in jail, But Diddy did some stuff. I don't know. Diddy did some things. But man, I don't know about Sam Bankman. Or Sam. Or Sam got thrown in with these animals. Sam was just driving in a Toyota Corolla with the blue shirt, broccoli hair, just trying to make a difference, trying to get funding from the Democrats, and the Democrats sold him out. Poor Sam. Ah, poor Sam. Stop. Is it the...
Ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising...
Who made this?
that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market. Let's also ensure that members of Congress... As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
This is ridiculous.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she was here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Diaper diplomacy is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I see. I was like, it's so weird. It's like the people that they want you to hate, you probably shouldn't. Elizabeth Warren actually might not be that bad. I thought about it. I was like, Elizabeth Warren might not actually be that bad. I bet if you sat down with her and like, Martha's Vineyard and, had some clams and had a glass of wine and just like, oh my gosh, you guys would be shucking all night. You'd be shucking all night, baby. I mean, you'd have a blast, you know. I just feel like there's so many psyops, and you really just have to have some discernment. You got to have a good perception, and it's like, you know, yeah. The old Pocahontas. Miss Pocahontas. All right, so BTC here. Here's the deal. There's a massive bear flag forming, and I don't like it. And basically, I don't want to get bamboozled and fooled that, oh yeah, they're just going to give it to us. No, they didn't give it to us at all here. And look at what happened when, I mean, this was a little tricky because this was like kind of going upwards. It looked like it was building up some momentum, but then they totally like bull trapped us. And then that was kind of like a tricky bear flag to spot because it was like here, it broke down fully and really hit the mark down here. I mean, we called this and we were like, yeah, if it fully completes, it's going full force. And it almost hit the 200-week moving average, but it didn't quite get it. That's why I think with all of this coming out, that's going to be, quote, the catalyst for why we're having such sell-off. And then the market's going to hopefully finally pull the Band-Aid off and unravel. And Tom Lee's been talking about this. Tom Lee kind of was like, look, I'm bullish, but the market still has to, like, dead bodies are floating to the surface. And so this is literally what is happening. I think that's what's going to actually play out for Bitcoin to then, quote, finally get the Band-Aid ripped off, go to 50K, and then we can just finally, like, we can just, like, finally get it over with. It's like, get it over with. This point, get it over with. Like, I'm tired of waiting. Get it over with. Just get it freaking over with already. But the CME gap does need filling, but look how far away we are from the gap. We're really actually, if you think about it, all right, so Aussie's mentioned in the CME gap. We talked about the CME gap, but we thought we were going to fill that. Like when we were at we were very close to the CME gap. We were close. See, right here is where I thought we were going to fill it. That's why I was like, I don't think we're going to fill it yet. Like right here is where I thought we were going to go up and fill it really quick and then go down, but we did not do that. Like we actually made a lower low. We made and we didn't even, we just went like, meh. And then right here, if you look at this, we didn't even completely go above this high and we're getting smashed. That's why I'm thinking we're way more of a chance from here going up 17% to fill the gap. Nah, I think they will most likely do us at 56 because then that's like, or even just try and touch the 200-week moving average again and get us into 56,000. So that's like 15% as opposed to giving us a 20% into filling the gap. Nah, I don't think so. I'm not seeing it. I see way more like they're just going to back the truck up. Like they're going to back the freaking truck up right here. They could get it. They could do it. They could fill the gap. Boom, boom. Do the thing. But the way that the 4-hour chart is looking on this particular one that I am looking at, and I got the TA going here, it's more so like this is like this looks like magnetic area right here, as opposed to it being magnetized up into this area. And you see the resistance that's going to hit at 76. That's going to be hard resistance. That would have to flip massively into support to then fill the gap. And like, where is that even coming from? You know, where is that going to come from? But I don't know. I could be totally wrong though. But this is what the chart is showing. This is what the fundamentals are, at least like not the fundamentals, but like just the way that this is looking and how it's breaking down. And then you got all this unraveling. Maybe we get sidelined and they just like somehow, you know, they manipulate it to the upside, because now we've been finding out it's most likely had been manipulated to the downside is what has been happening through this wash trading, the manipulation, cascading, leverage effects. Which, think about it, if you know that you're about to trigger a cascading leverage effect and the markets are going to get nuked and you put in a short, think about how much money you're going to make. And then you can do that a few times, like you just made yourself billions of dollars like in like an hour. There is a story of either, I can't remember which family it is, it's the Rothschilds or the oh gosh, I can't remember which family it is. I think it's the Rothschilds, but during the war, they basically sent a fake messenger and a fake news that the war had that someone won. I can't remember who it was. Man, I just, please help me with this story. But regardless of the information, it's basically they used fake news and a fake messenger to then say, oh, the British lost. I think it was, the British lost, and then it made the market just like tank. And it come to find out that wasn't the case, and they were able to buy the dip of the market crash, and then they made billions, just billions overnight. And in that time, in that time, that's like you basically just became the most richest family on the planet overnight because you were able to manipulate the markets like that. So this has been going on for a long time. This is nothing new, and basically crypto just speeds that up and makes it like lightning fast with zero friction. Being able to do like billions of frictionless like manipulation, like on a drop of a freaking hat, on a drop of a Trump post, on a drop of a tariff post, on a drop of a whatever post. This is what the game. So our job is to know that that's the game that's being played, and can we catch the bottom here and go long and hopefully have a long position that is almost as legendary as the one that we got from the previous cycle in 2022, 2023. We were able to catch the bottom at 30K Bitcoin. Oddly enough, we might be catching a bottom Bitcoin at like 50K this time, which is not that far off from where it was previously in 2023. And then now we know from previous market that would have not even near the framework of what we wanted to happen in crypto. It went from 32K to 126,000. So if it can go from 32K to 126,000 in that time frame from now to the next 2 years, I can see it going from 45K or 50K to 250,000. Right? Ozzy has an interesting point here. He says the crypto bill passing is the key. It's part of the game. It's part of the trillions of dollars kind of coming in that are still on the sidelines to come into crypto, because it's more so been going into gold, all the different commodities. It's been going into the stock market, obviously. We've seen every other market add trillions, and then we've seen the crypto market take away its remaining little trillion that it had. We were about to get to 4 trillion, 5 trillion, and then we got mogged, and we're right back to square one at 2 trillion. The entire freaking market, guys. So, so the Dems will try and delay it so Trump loses the midterms and gets impeached. So that could be, there's definitely some plays happening. There's definitely some things happening for sure. Yeah, and just think, this was just the first year. Just think, this was just the first year of the presidency. We still got 3 more years. We still got till 2028. We got all of this year, we got 2027, and then we got 2028. So you bet your butt it's probably going to be probably one of the most interesting 3 years of our lives because things are going to go so hyper fast with certain like things like people losing their jobs, like the whole thing of like 60% of jobs going away. Like that's probably going to happen sooner than later. So then that's going to cause a whole tailspin of like how we're going to operate in a capitalistic society in America, or to quote, in the world. Okay. I don't care what kind of society you live in or what kind of government or what kind of, government framework you're going to put your country in. People are losing their jobs. They're going to need to be able to feed themselves and take care of themselves. And it's going to get a little tricky. So this is how the universal basic income comes in. That's why stable coins are kind of coming into play. I think stable coins are a part of the quote CBDC super cycle stable coin, kind of thing. Because how else are you going to get people the money? It's not going to be printed. It's not going to be like how we did it in COVID times. It's different, new money system. It's going to be by states. In America, this is how we're going to do it. This is my guess. Here's my theory. Here's how we're going to do it. So states have the ability to mint stable coins, right? And so they have to have reserves. They have to have a certain type of treasury setup and regulation to be able to do so. That's the Genius Act. The Clarity Act goes in the all-encompassing of custodial rights and properties and your ability in an institution to be able to offer crypto services whilst earning yield, staking yield, and having everyone be able to. That's what the whole Clarity Act is, so we can get clarity on who and what is going to be regulated in the rules of how you're operating with your crypto business, if you're a crypto business, or if you're a business that wants to operate in a blockchain framework. That's what all that is. So, and it all goes into the trading aspects, like the CFTC, the SEC, how regulated markets and like Robinhood or whoever's going to be offering perpetuals, options, whatever it may be. That's what all that is. But I think what is yeah, there's so much to think about. I'm like losing my freaking train of thought. I'm losing my train of thought. It's too much. It's too much. Yeah. I'm gonna have to like go back and listen to the point I was trying to make, because literally I just like it's like I'm thinking about so many different things at once, and then I'm just like my brain is not operating. News. We got all of the things about Jane. I'm not going to end of the bear market. To be able to offer crypto services. How else are you going to get people the money? It's not going to be printed. It's not going to be like how we did it. Oh yeah. It's talking about CBDCs. Talking about how universal basic income, this is how they're going to do it. Now I got it. Sorry. Brain. Work. Okay. States are going to have their own stable coin. That's what they're going to use to put in people's accounts that don't have a job and they got fired or not got fired, but they got laid off because 50-60% of the company got laid off because they're using AI now. This is like administrative stuff. This is like data collection, whatever, like any, a lot of blue collar jobs. A lot of that stuff is going to get wiped out. So how are they going to be able to pay people and have them not be rioting in the streets and committing crime and having the society break? Because when people don't have a job, they don't have a purpose, they're not making money, they're not doing anything, and then they have to actually survive and feed themselves, what happens? They get desperate. It causes desperation, and that is what could happen. The society could crumble if there's too many people that don't have a, quote, working purpose or a job. Doesn't mean you have to like it. Doesn't mean you have to love it, because most people with their jobs, it's not like they like it. It's just kind of like part of the thing. It's part of the game. It's part of the system of the matrix. But then what if that now whole fabric of how we've operated as a capitalistic work for profit society, that all changes when we get into the new era of AI, AGI, robotics, basically the whole entire system being operated autonomously. So this is a big intersection of why AI and crypto are so important, and they're simultaneous. And it all kind of will come down to who's going to be sending the freaking stable coins. Yeah, all these freaking, basically there's going to be agentic AI robots and platforms that are going to be operating as on behalf of certain states and certain factions of the world, completely eliminating the human aspect of possibly government, finance, everything, infrastructure. And then hence that's how the Matrix, the real Matrix, is created, like in the movie. Woo! Holy moly. But yeah, we got 41 people watching on X. If you do me a favor, actually, this would be really cool if you guys could do this, because this would give me such a boost. You know, I don't ask for much. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't ask for much. I don't freaking charge you guys anything. You know, I try and bring you like some of the best, you know, crypto content in the business. I think I do well. And all I ask is for you guys to share the live stream and be evangelistic about it. It just helps on all aspects. It helps, you know, pump the stream and pump the best, you know, crypto content in the business. And so if you could do me a favor, and everyone that's watching on X, if you could click on the YouTube, you don't have to watch on YouTube. Just come in and hit the like button, so then it boosts it, and I just get 40 likes. Like 40 likes on the live stream would jump this thing, and it would send it to more than 5 people. Because guess what? You know, I know that there's more than 5 people that like my channel and like it on YouTube. And if they sent it to more people and actually even sent it to the people that even are subscribed to my channel, they would click on it. But they're not doing it, because it's called shadow banning. The only way that you can unban yourself is to have your community come in hot for you and do the thing. It's free. It's literally free to hit the like button. It's free. It's YouTube's currency, and it's how we survive out here, my friends. It really is. Okay, so there's intel breaking, covert intel, terms that Iran is going to offer USA tomorrow. So it's kind of like, it seems like we're going to be going right into the weekend with some crazy news, and then they're going to use the weekend to be able to just like cook everyone. This is interesting. CME Group suspends metals and natural gas trading. So the Chicago Mercantile Exchange has suspended all trading in its Globex metals, natural gas futures, and options market. I wonder why. Because apparently, if you look at one of the bookmarks that I did here today, I was going through my feed and trying to find some stuff. Look at this: Global Energies Metals GMC.V on watch for breakout. Perfect. So if this is about to break out, and then all at the same time we have this happening, the CME Group suspends metals and natural gas trading. Interesting. So let's click on this. The CME says it's experiencing technical difficulties. Does not know when trading will resume. Interesting. All right, let's see if you guys did it. Let's see if you got the likes up to sit. All right, come on. All right, do I have to refresh this? Is this correct? I said, look, guys, I'm proving it to you right now. If I don't get 10 likes before the 10 minutes, they freaking bonk my stream, guys. You gotta help me. It is not just me. You know, I'm providing the content. I'm doing a good job. I got you. Showed you the freaking entries, my friends. I showed you yesterday. Least you can do is hit the freaking like button, damn it. Fucking free. It's free. All right. check out the links in the description. Hit the freaking like button. Oh my gosh, guys, lazy shit. All right, so if you're watching on the TV, pretty simple too. You can hit up, up, right, right, select. That's how you can hit it on the TV. People forget that while you're watching on the TV too, because I know you like to watch it full screen, you can hit the like button too by using the remote. All right. See, there it goes. Gosh, it really took that long to get 10 likes. Took me an hour to get 10 likes. So I got to dance like a freaking monkey. Holy crap. Anyway, check out all the links in the description. Check out PHEMEX. It's one of the premier exchanges that I really have liked over time, where you can trade everything. They're bullish ticker Bitcoin. They actually have ticker Bitcoin that you can buy spot on here. And if you use my link, you get exclusive bonuses by signing up for my exclusive link. And you can trade inverse perpetual. So whenever you catch that perfect bottom on BTC, Sol, ETH, or XRP, whenever the market gets cooked down to 50K and you see BTC at 50K, it's long time, baby. And if you want to go long with Bitcoin in an inverse perpetual and get paid in Bitcoin and literally just be printing Bitcoin all the way up to 250K and literally go into it like crypto style, you can use the PHEMEX link in the description. And then if you want to do all of this in a decentralized manner and use your own wallet and connect in and basically get really cool perks and trade prediction markets, get on the leaderboards, also buy spot, also use a feature called vaults where we can actually trade as a community together, then you can use the Apex OMNI exchange. I have a link for that. It's really fun. I like it. It's one of my favorites. And then also one of my favorites for a long time has been OURBIT. So if you want to be trading OURBIT and you want to get a nasty, juicy red light district entry on Pepe right here as it's breaking down on the 15-minute, you can literally use my link for OURBIT and you will get the best fees, the easiest entries, and in and outs of using their network and their different services for OURBIT. It's pretty cool. It's the exchange for meme coin traders and holders. You can click right into the DEX and it switches right into a DEX option for you. You can use both and it's seamless. Clicks right into the other, going back and forth. Very easy to use. And that, my friends, is the end of the live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, do me a favor, just be evangelistic. We got to get through this, ice wall of YouTube trying to, do their thing, but we're not going to let them do it. We're not going to let them do it. We're going to show them we're more powerful than that, and they too can make money from my channel. Send it out, damn it. Send it out to the search. But God bless you guys. May the light of the Lord Jesus Christ shine on you and your families. And I hope you have a good rest of the day. And I'll see you on the next live stream. Peace out.